Hey beauties, morning to you. So, in continuing as it regards, Minister Christopher Tufton, talking about employers need to now change, maybe some of their policies until this heat situation passes, basically. Maybe in terms of the work hour or the schedule timing of the work hour. And when I say schedule timing, we're talking about the length of hours for the day, for any given day, because of the heat. I call it this inclement weather here because it's an unusual situation that we've been facing before July. I started to feel it from the beginning of June, really. You felt that heat, and I said, if we're feeling this way in June, I was fearful to hit July. Even before June, May, you start to feel something coming on, towards the end of May. And I had made a video talking about perhaps we can do the whole thing like Target. Target is now has now allowed their employees, not just the outside staff, but the inside staff, those work on the inside, to wear shorts. And I suppose they're talking like, walking shorts, something what they would deem as appropriate, that can be okay for a work setting. And perhaps a t-shirt, something cool. Because what you need to understand, there is a psychological defect. And it will affect you psychologically, physically, emotionally. When you are hot and it stays and the heat is just escalating, it's not good for your body. Because, to move, for example, you're walking on the road or you're on the outside, it's extremely hot. You just suddenly go into an area that has air conditioning unit. That creates some damage to your immune system. It is not healthy. It is not good. So, Minister Tufton, some jobs, to be honest, requires daylight. It's clear, it's vibrant, it's up and about sort of a situation. The night kind of brings, night, as they would say, night is meant for sleep, although some people are nocturnal. But some jobs, as I said, they require the day. What we could do is change our attire. Have something that is, that we, for the particular, when this type of, what should I say, period, there's a word, what do you call it? Like it says spring, summer, autumn, winter. The seasons of the time or something like that. When this particular season is here, then we can change the attire. When it changes, then we can go back. Please note that a lot of our attire, the way we dress, is coming from, colonialism, from British, from the monarchy. Their country is cold predominantly. So they're going to wear jacket, tie and all of that. They're very traditional. And what we have done is demonize wearing something that is unorthodox to say that is not appropriate for our work. So where did we get that? Is it something that God had stated in the Bible? Since the Bible is still the main universal religion that most people still use. Did we see that in the Bible? To say that a jacket and tie and a pants, is actually, or a skirt or a dress is actually appropriate for, like you say, work setting, or this for church setting, or that for, social event. No, humankind created that. And that is fine. I don't have a problem with us having our preferences or having stipulations, but it is not written in blood or stone. In other words, it can be changed because it's not something that is, when you have major things, it's not something major. You have shorts that can be appropriate and you use for work. As I said, it doesn't affect your brain waves. It doesn't affect your brain. If I wear a bikini to work today, if I'm competent and skilled in a particular area, I'm still able to do the job in that area, even in the bikini. If I wear a shorts to work, I'm still competent and able to do the work, even in the shorts. If I wear a long dress, I'm still competent and able to do the work, even in the long dress. So it's not so much about only changing the time or cutting down the time of day, sir. Consider changing the whole dress code. I know some people are not going to be big on that because of how we have been cultured. When you're cultured a particular way and you believe it to be gospel, it's only the power of God can come and change it or give you a different perspective. And that takes time because that has to be changed in your soul. That has to be changed in your soul. You can't, it's like you when something has been, embedded in you, you feel like that is always the correct way, that no other way is the correct way, or you can't change. And that is why I have to ask a question. Is it like a cardinal true, like how you'd have the 10 commandments? Something that is lawful or unlawful, ethical versus unethical. Change, wear the shorts. Sometimes the pants them hot. I can't stand it. I'm a shorts girl, to be honest with you. I love shorts. From a young to now. There's an affinity. There's just something with it that I love. But you have the walking shorts. Obviously we're going to talk about wearing a short, that is, let me say, I guess you would consider ideal, because you don't want to wear something that may distract. Let me put it that way, both for men and women. I know you're ready to hit on the men. For example, you may deem it inappropriate, unsuitable, to wear a B-rider, batty rider to work. Men, you don't want to wear something where your balls and your penis is being printed out, obviously. So you don't want something distracting. So you wear a little loose walking shorts and a fairly long blouse. Hear me, blouse for men, blouse for women, and shirt for men, blouse and or shirt for women, shirt for men, and so on. I see nothing wrong with it. I don't see a thing wrong with it. Maybe you can wear those, khaki shorts, so that, in other words, people wear shorts when they're going out on social events. So you probably don't want something to look same. You want to kind of have a difference. So you have these khaki Dockers or whichever other brand shorts, and some nice shirts, the button cotton shirts or something that to kind of make it look a little more, they would be okay if you see them at work like that. But I don't see a thing wrong with the walking shorts. I do in this heat. I remember years ago, it was in the summer, and some white guys came, to a church, and they couldn't understand. They were in a t-shirt and jeans and sneakers, because the sneakers is so comfortable, and it is almost, I would call it weatherproof for the heat. It just keeps you, although sometimes it gets a little warm, but it's much better than the shoes. And I couldn't understand how we were dressed in the jacket and tie, sweating, hot like fire. We have to use wisdom. We're not breaking a commandment. If you change the attire, it can be changed, because these are policies, man-made policies, and it is only embedded in us. So some people may say, no, you're mad. No, why not? Make a proper heat hole. It's just like some people who, for example, their religion teaches them that they can't wear pants as women, but they go to a country that is properly cold. So quick them have to not only wear pants, they probably have to put on the tights, because that cold bite your feet. So you want to cover you want to make sure no air don't get in, for let the cold bite you, go and come. Yeah, it's just funny. People, I've heard that man say this. I said to myself, that is one of the best messages in the world. Simple but profound. God is an intelligent God, and listen to me, and listen to me keenly. If you're to make it to heaven, I guarantee you your clothes will not be mentioned as one of the things why you did or why you did not. The only way it would be mentioned is if it's something that was maybe done out of spite and disrespect. But your attire will not be mentioned. It is how you treat, how you value and honor God, and how you treat people. Go and read the book of Hebrews. It says the best sacrifice that God receives and loves is how you treat other people. God is big on good treatment towards other people. That is why Jesus said, I sum up the entire commandment in one, that you love one another as I have loved you. You love each other. So we don't have to stick to man-made things. It's man-made. It's not God-made. Man-made, for whatever reason, whether it's birthed out of envy, jealousy, or whatever they thought is unsuitable, appropriate or not. Whatever is the element, whatever is the benchmark. You understand? So, beauties, beautiful people. We need to look into that. Minister Tufton and whomever else may be in charge of that area, just give us an opportunity. I see nothing wrong with it. One thing I love with Americans, they use wisdom in a lot of things. They do. It may not seem that way sometimes, but they do. They realize this heat is abnormal. Wear your shorts, because the pants makes it you uncomfortable, especially if you have to move from outside in out. It's very uncomfortable. Or long sleeve, certain shirts and blouses for the women. Wear some light colored shirts. Yeah, that's my take on it. So making that suggestion, guys. Follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel, certainly share this.